next. As we jump into the action, we're going to get everything going. Ashley, again, we didn't have time to say goodbye, but I know she will be in well in the chat. And AXB, what a better way to do it. 4 seconds off the kickoff, and he gets the first goal.
Yeah, that is all you need right there. AXB off the start once again.
Across the board here. A lot of storylines throughout the entire day. A great start here for V1. Nothing better than the player who is more motivated than anybody to get on the board first. But there's a lot of talent on both of these rosters, and Space Station is no joke. We talked about them a little bit right before this match and the talent that they provide. And one thing that we didn't talk about is their ability to adapt. I think it's their biggest strength is having that coach in Chrome. The, I guess, experience that he provides as a player where he does feel like he has the optimal way of playing this game. And with the results that they've had, you know, it's kind of hard to argue. So, again, new roster, Reynolds coming in. Gonna be interested to see how it plays. They had some struggles early on, but it seems like they found their footing. So either way, it should be a good match as XP takes this one over the top, trying to get his second stop down. Pass in the midfield from Torment. Nobody there for the reception, but is going to play into the corner. Good aggression here early, and it looks like we're back to the beginning. Almost V1 again up on offense, trying to close it out.
Yeah, I want to see them get back into this situation. You've got an early goal, early lead here. This is the moment where we need to kind of lock down that rotation and kind of see that team that we were watching when they were in our first series of the day and in the later stages against Envy, where they really just kind of have that lockdown on the field, a good spread. I am completely fine here when you get into these tougher matches of getting those leads and really kind of eating that clock away, make that pressure come for the other team.
Yeah, a lot of that is pretty common in game one, especially where a lot of these teams are trying to what we consider a feeler match, where they're coming in with the general game plan, but a lot of it is just reaction. You know, try to hit the ball, try to follow it up, and see how things play out. And if they make a mistake, we'll punish it because some of those nerves are just not officially warmed up yet. Because you can scrim as much as you want, you can try to practice and get ready to go and ranked before the games begin. But until you're in a pressured match where everything is on the line, it doesn't really count or, I guess, weigh the same way. So we are 2 minutes in here into game number 1, version 1 versus Space Station Gaming in the quarterfinals of the playoff bracket. XP scored with first 4 seconds. Since then, nothing's really happened. A lot of back and forth and pressure here and there from both sides, but remains relatively neutral. Flick from AXB trying to get his second as he's able to deny the boost in the corner. Going to be a big clear here from Space Station Gaming. This goes all the way back down. Gimmick on the back wall. Able to play it over the top, but the follow up there from Typical. One of the big studs here in the RLCS, a player who was able to get from pretty much a unknown character to one of the best teams in the world in a matter of months. But it's not going to matter with the follow up. Torment there moving up and able to put it away.
Yeah, Gimmick going to come down here, able to get that little bit of a pinch, get it off the wall around the defender. Arsenal in a bad position to be able to try to react to that, and Torment finishes it off. You know, I really like what you're kind of saying there about scrims, and one of the things that I've always thought about in scrims, regardless of the game, scrims is where you try to do new things, try to build new habits or new tendencies. Once you get into game day, though, it's completely different because now it is whatever tendencies you have. You may have tried to build new ones, but when you're under pressure and you default to whatever your normal mode is and what your normal thing that you're going to go and most comfortable with is what comes out. And then it comes down to knowing each other and knowing those things. And you talked about Torment earlier being able to make that pre-read save. Oh, not going to be able to get this one. Arsenal finds the shot into that left corner. But those tendencies are the things that you now are watching for. It takes time over scrims. You can't always rely on what you saw in scrims being what you're going to see on game day.
Well, a good response here from Space Station in respect, again, where it's due. One of the teams better at it. Obviously, G2 is the team that dominated with it for months during the offseason. But Space Station, the team that really likes to pass it on top of that box. Put a shot on target. You can see exactly why. Teams just don't know how to defend it until they cut it off early. As a demo coming here from Typical. Gonna pass it over from Reddles, but Torment's there. Able to make a good save. Has all 3 players on defense. Could be an opportunity here for Space Station with the mistake, but it's gonna roll across the front. Torment still ready and waiting. Big clear to the midfield. But you can just see the control from Space Station, a team that is oh so dangerous at controlling that midfield boost. And it's being coupled with constant demos from Arsenal and Reddles. And a double-headed monster on this one as AXB's up first. He's going to pass that down to Torment. Those are the ones that Torment wants to leave, as he's not going to be able to make it. Pressure here again, follow-up, and again, Torment on defense. That rock solidified, as we always talk about. 40 seconds on the clock, pass across, laid over.
Yeah, Torment is just that rock all the time at the back end. If something's going horribly wrong, he's the guy you're hoping is sitting in your net. And he's definitely somebody you're going to want to have around in that back line with a player like Sipical on the field. He's that guy that causes these kind of, I don't know what to call it, Justin-esque type of second touches. He pulls second touches on the ball that just aren't expected, where it looks like he's out of boost, he's free falling, and he just kind of falls on it and creates opportunities out of something that shouldn't have been there. So he's going to be one of those key players that we want to try and get reads and shut down.
Well, a good play here and able to hold it off. It looks like Space Station trying to force it at the last second. But again, Torment on defense. You can see it. Goalkeeper, 2 saves for him, even though he had way more that technically weren't tracked. But you can tell his involvement being on defense a lot of the time is what is allowing them to get that victory and a goal to do it as well. So V1 back to start, another victory for them. And just like you said it, that one spelled W-O-N.
Yeah, Version1 coming out here again. We're starting things off well. It's how we've started every series today, so I like the track record. It gives me a good feel when we get that first W under our belt. It takes a little pressure off our boys, lets them start opening up a little bit. We'll see how that works out for them. But yeah, Torment, once again, just that rock on the back line. Really, I think that his performance there is kind of what allowed us to take down that match. Again, it said that he had 3 saves. I think I tracked at least 2 or 3 more that he didn't get credit for. So just whenever we get the total stats at the end, just bump him a couple more saves.
Yeah, we can fudge the numbers a little bit. Nobody will know. It's a bias cast over here. All the fans are here for one reason. Either way, and speaking of the guys that are here, we appreciate you guys. Obviously, we had an extended break while we're waiting for everybody else to catch up. And the fact that you guys are now here, we greatly appreciate. With that, to kind of sell out a little bit before we get into this next match, as always, if you guys want to join the community, which we'd love to have you, ! Discord in the chat. And while you're there, make sure you check out all the social medias, version1.gg, to stay in touch with the players, the schedule, as well as the new fancy merch they're going to be in Supersonic with. With that said, we're going to jump here.
All the links there, too.
Yeah,
all the links.
super easy.
If you want Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I mean, you found the Twitch. You're here. You're listening to us, unless you're finding a video after the fact. All of that's all linked out on the version1.gg. So that's a great hub if you're trying to get involved with the community.
On to game number 2, Version1 up 1-0 in the series, as indicated on screen. Early aggression coming out from Space Station Gaming. He pushed away and on the defensive half for Space Station Gaming. Is a Torment looking to challenge up high in the air. Riddle's doing whatever he can to push it past. A player that doesn't get enough credit, but it doesn't matter if the bully is there. Up in the face is Gimmick. Trying to create some space, but it's returned well by Sipical. Big clear and a bump, able to bring it all the way down the other way, where Gimmick, I don't even know where he came from. He's able to fall down on that one. Kind of to your point, he gets bumped out, so this could be a big, dangerous spot. His player's getting bumped left and right, but AXB efforts are able to get across. Doesn't always have to be Torment, as they're able to clear this one out.
Bombs it downfield. That one's going to get picked up, though, and Torment looking to try and make a play. Drops it off to himself. Takes it almost all the way. Gonna get it done anyways. A little bit of interference there. I think that was Gimmick that came through and started messing with him on the line. He tried to get the shot here, but Sipical gonna touch it right back out. Torment with a quick reaction. Just beautiful play. Touches it up to himself. And we're up 1-0 again here in game 2.
Back where we belong on top here. A unique camera angle thanks to our spectator being able to look at that kind of angle, seeing where Gimmick is playing alongside that wall. But a quick response here. Space Station kickoff, something you definitely need to be wary of. The ability to kick it back, control possession, and to put an immediate shot on target. This one's deadly. Again, top of the box and in.
From the blind side, too, Arsenal so far pushed up. Super aggressive positioning from him to open up that play. Kind of in the blind spot of Version1 there on that back post.
Redirects hard to read. But again, we talked about how this one was going to be a battle. Space Station, a team that I consider definitely a top 3, top 4 in North America. It's just a matter of, as they start to gel with this new roster, same situation for AXB and Version1, a team that we both know has a ton of potential, but seeing how they can battle it out this is where Space Station gets aggressive. Lots of demos coming out, need to be careful. It's going to force a lot of early touches, which does throw possession. So version 1 need to be careful. Possession and positioning is going to be a big factor of this. As typical, one of the best in the world, able to put it down and off the backboard. When you give him space, this is what he can make with it.
It's luck. Lucky space, man. You know, it's just.
He pushed somebody. You know,
I can't even say
foul,
that.
something.
Yeah, something. Somebody throw a. I don't know how soccer works. Red card, yellow card. Throw a thing on the ground.
Other than a tantrum, throw something.
Just flip upside down, spin in circles, throw the tantrum on the ground there. Is there a way to flop in Rocket League?
Yeah, you just pull out your internet cable, bro. You just rip out the RJ45 and be like, oh yeah, I'm lagging. I need a pause, admin, please. On the defensive half, XB able to get up and actually plays that perfectly down to Gimmick. So good efforts by him. Those are not easy to do as you're rotating on the backside. So good job by AXB. I'm talking about him all day long, singing his praises as his efforts have normally been rewarded. So he's on the defensive back wall again, able to play it out. Gimmick and AXB both supporting each other. Going to play it a little bit slow, 50 after another. That's how you have to stop Space Station, is you have to have the follow-up immediately after. They like to send the house. AXB going to play that back to where it came from. And it doesn't matter. A big high pop. Arsenal already up, planted into the corner. It's going to drop down to AXB, who should be able to get a good touch on it, and he does, but extremely low on boost. Another one gets taken from him. So with Gimmick able to bring this downfield, trying to go for some solo efforts. A big mistake. Could be a goal, but the demo from Arsenal keeps him alive. It would have been a great opportunity, and most likely a goal for Torment. Stopped by these demos. A ton of aggression from Space Station Gaming.
You don't expect somebody at this level to miss that touch. And I think Torment thought that the player was going to make the touch. Pass in, Torment with or AXB with the shot. Gimmick gets the. What just happened? Somebody else break this down, because I got lost.
Great play from Torment. They're in a 1v2 from Cypical, but Reynolds actually gets in there pretty quick. So he ends up trying to pass it past the initial player. They play it around, but Reynolds' save actually pushes it off the crossbar. But it doesn't matter. The confidence from Gimmick to come in as that third player smashes it away, and we're all tied up yet again. V1 not going down without a fight. So we've got a minute 12 left on the clock. Here in game number 2, a win here could put V1 on match point. Put themselves in a big advantage moving forward. As the demo comes out from AXB, a flick over the top, and unfortunately Reynolds is there, so not able to get gifted, but a pinch in. Arsenal on the backfield is going to apply tons of pressure for V1. This is where we've seen them do a ton of damage throughout the day, where they're able to hold the midfield. You can see exactly why. Gimmick up nice and early. He's going to back out of this one and hunt for boost as well as a demo. Just trying to find that opportunity. Need to be careful again of those midfield passes, which have been cut off relatively well here by version 1 in the later half. But pass off the backboard, going to fall a little bit short. Trying to get over the top. They get 2 to commit. Need to be careful here for V1. As XB sits near post, no issues for him. A big clear up top. And it's going to go the other way. 18 seconds left. Still tied here, Supersonic.
Yeah, looking like we may be getting an OT here in game 2. AXB going to bump one up and clear it out of the Gimmick's demo there. Brings it forward to Torment. Torment with the shot. Almost in. Reynolds last second save. And it does look like we will be going to... Okay, we are going to OT. I almost had to back out of that one.
It's like Gimmick's trying to break the backboard on that hit.
He's
so much power off that ground pinch.
I think he thinks that if he hits the bar hard enough, it'll start to bend upwards, and he can just kind of make the goal stuck that way. And, you know, it just opens the net up for them more later.
I feel like this play, he's going for the long con. He's left a den at least. Either way, it's going to make the Space Station team respect those passes in, because they know the power is going to come from that dominance. We've seen what he can do before when he's not even moving.
He has hidden powers. Series.
Touchdown, shot on target. Another one from AXB getting involved. Unfortunately, it's a little bit towards the middle, so no placement really there. Just trying to make them have to respect it as the demo comes through on Reynolds. You see Torment have to buy some time. Luckily, gets boost. Could actually get a touch here. Trying to play it around that last defender, but version 1 starting to heat up. A lot of aggression here. Good 50 from Gimmick. It's actually going to end up with ball that pinches the other way, so 2 for nothing here. Should allow the players to get in a good position. Torment again trying to fight for it. AXB on top. Plays that down and over to the side. We need to be careful of the demo. Get in front of it for a 50. Torment gonna roll out of this one. Good communication to see who's supposed to take that one, but a shot on target a little bit high. The follow-up there. Another miss from Space Station. Need to be careful. Torment only one back. But XP with the demo, this could alleviate some of that pressure and able to bring it back the other way. So good job from V1 under a ton of pressure, able to hold on.
Inch attempt there from SSG as they jump out for that one, but that's going to get cleared back by Torment. Looks like he's going to pick this one up, tries to pop it up and over. Sypical is going to be there to break it up. One across the line. AXB's up, unable to get down to it. Thought we had the shot opportunity there for a moment. AXB just off the mark.
V1 consistently applying that pressure, trying to make Space Station panic. Could be a little bit of a learning lesson from Envy they got earlier, which was considered just a warm-up round at this point. The competition is going to get more and more difficult. Gimmick just sitting there patiently waiting, trying to take it for himself. And he gets all three players to commit. As again, pushed right back in. Just a matter of moments as a big bump. Could be an opportunity for AXB. He plays it over the top. A pass to Gimmick, saved and pushed away by Arsenal. But still the pressure is here. Trying to catch him on the rotation back. It's played down. AXB is there. Need to be careful for the shot. Sypical is going to put it away. Unfortunate for version 1, but the transition catches him off guard.
Just a bit too much. We overstayed our welcome just a touch too long. Let them bleed us out of boost eventually. They started getting their own corners. We're not able to get back in time to block that one out. Are now tied 1-1 in the series going into game 3. We've been here before, though, today. I'm not worried. We'll get through this one.
Yeah, really tough for V1 there. Ton of pressure, and you saw it through how many shots they were putting on target. And it just feels you kind of get sucked into that point. People in chat are also mentioning it. You know, we put in all this effort to get these goals. There's so many opportunities. And as a player, you're just sitting there like, okay, we just need one more. If we get that one last bit of pressure, we'll get it. And that's when you see an effort to win 250s. They break out, and then it's the counterattack. Sypical can just take his shot. And even with a goalie in net there, you're getting caught rotating back. So again, a good efforts, a good battle. We said it was going to be one at the very start of the series where Space Station is going to make you work for it. And there is a lot of similarities. Obviously, XB coming from this team, trying to step up and show that they made a mistake and kind of prove it to himself. But both these teams are trying out one new player, trying to figure out how they work in the rotation. And even though we're seeing a little bit of things here and there, both teams are playing relatively well.
Yeah, both teams are playing solid. AXB, though, I think has been doing a good job on his challenges. He's winning those challenges in those 50s a lot of the times that he's going for them, more so than what we were seeing him win with Envy. A lot of the times the ones with Envy were kind of dead balls, didn't really go one way or the other. I wouldn't really call anybody the winner of them. He's winning some 50s here, which is opening those opportunities. We just can't let that pressure that we got into, we were applying it, lull us into a kind of false sense that this is going somewhere and overstay our welcome.
Another demo should put Arsenal out of position. Could be a chance here for Gimmick. Could be there. It's going to go straight over to AXB, who's able to make a beautiful trap and play it back the other way. So good plays from him still. Gimmick here, an awkward touch, trying to put it on target. He does put the pressure, bump out. Is it in? They're going to loft it in.
Let's go.
Version 1 strikes again.
Gimmick, with all the pressure in the world here, getting that last kind of touch, forces them to jump in, and then gets the bump as he comes through, clears the line. Not able to get back is Sypical, and we get a goal here. AXB putting us up 1-0.
How are you supposed to handle that follow-up, Space Station? Rhetorical question. You can't.
You can't.
You can't. Suck it.
I thought I was the most biased of the two of us.
You've been quiet, man. Stepping it up.
I like it. No, go get him. Have at him. Taking shots.
The hardest part, man, is I'm pretty good friends with most of the people on both these teams, so it's just like, I'm sorry, guys.
I love all the guys regardless. And
there it is.
AXB again.
Goal.
Ball sitting, just dangling in front of the net. Freebie saying, come and get me, after Torment puts it off the bar. He loves that bar. He really does. There's some sort of love affair. There's a storyline there.
It's all part of the plan.
We got to interview him at some point one of these weeks and have a conversation with him about it, because I feel like there's a bigger story.
I honestly think their game plan is like, all right, AXB, this one's for you. And they're not allowed to score unless it's AXB. Everything is a pass to AXB, so he can score.
Everything belongs to AXB.
Yep.
You know, it's working. I'm fine with that.
You see this map? You see this field? AXB's. It's his.
I would like to talk to, you know, Corey or Murdy again. If we could, you know, get some branding for AXB on the field, that'd be great.
I think it's only fair.
I have not heard a more fair suggestion come out.
Oh yeah, totally. No bias here.
None at all. It's, you know, I think it's better than any quick chat recommendations we've heard. I really do believe it should be a priority.
It's not fair. I wasn't looking. It doesn't count.
I'm not looking now. It didn't happen.
I couldn't even see it. You see, they're just putting on an air show for you guys. They're that confident. They're like, look what we can do.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
XP. Fortunately, not able to get the second touch. He's going to play in the defensive half of Space Station, where Version 1 has spent a majority of this game. Big play into the corner. XP, I love this positioning. Doesn't commit to it, just sits back. And that puts pressure on Arsenal because he's on his own half. He's trying to force a 50 anyway if he needs to buy time. And it makes it really awkward to try and go for a clear. So it's spatial awareness from
Gimmick
XP.
too. It sets Gimmick up too, because Gimmick now knows that he's forced him into a position where he's not going to get power on the ball unless there's a weird pinch. I've got my third man back. So this ball, if it goes high, because he's going to cut up the wall, is going to get blocked out and passed down to me. Or they're going to have to cut it around him and down the field into my waiting nose of this Dominus that's going to bomb the ball into the net. So it sets up Gimmick really well the way AXB approached that.
Awkward position for Torment on that back wall. Able to handle it well with the field, but unfortunately able to slip it underneath. They tied back up. Kind of seeing how this one played out. Let's pop up high. This is difficult for Gimmick. Obviously, that ball coming straight back down. I don't think he was ready for the read for it to kind of get back to Arsenal as quickly as it did. So
he was expecting to catch it a bit higher. He thought he had a little bit more boost, and he ran out and then ended up playing it under him.
Riddle's going to keep it this self. Clearly, that's not going to go well as a big dunk from Gimmick comes in.
He blended into the field. I couldn't see him. I thought the ball was going in. I was so ready to start screaming.
Well, you can scream anyway. I'll support you. Woo! Chat, everybody needs a good scream sometimes, okay? Hopefully, it's because you're screaming and cheering for V1, but that's just my perspective. You do you, but I'm feeling pretty confident that I'm right here.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, you know, you do you, but there is a wrong way to do that in this particular case.
And on the offensive side, a good flick here from Arsenal and follow-up, but boys already on defense, ready to go. Gimmick over the top. Should win this 50 as well. It's wide open, smooth sailing. And unfortunately, Reynolds is able to get back. It looked like an opportunity for Gimmick, but no boost. Couldn't get that last touch. Almost there to create a spread, but he's ready to go for a double touch again. Just being a bully. That's my favorite part about Gimmick. That nuisance play. You can't teach that. It's just having that game sense of knowing how much you can commit as well as the trust from the teammates. The fact that he's already going for that stuff with the new roster is good to see. Just having a hard time. A lot of back and forth. Again, we go 25 seconds, tied 2 apiece, tied 1 in the series. Winner of this puts themselves at match point. Feels like it's going to come down to the wire, but we know V1, they're going to put up a fight no matter what happens.
We called it at the start. We said this was going to be a slugfest. It was going to be a back-and-forth battle. Neither of these teams are going to give you a free match. These are veterans of the game. They know what they're doing, and they are going to tooth and nail battle this one out. Nothing is going to come easy in this series.
So we headed to overtime. Need to be careful of the kickoff again. Something that
AXB wins those every time.
A lot, and AXB tries to stop it. Someone that should know this better than anybody. They purposely lose the kickoff to kick it back to their teammate who can go for a solo play. And AXB immediately went to demo that player. So again, something we're trying to see and how well they're going to handle it. It's played in the midfield. Torment recognizes he can't get up in time, so he's just going to roll out. Try to get in position. Awkward placement here. AXB already there with a huge read and a beautiful block.
Just
it down completely the other way.
Yeah, AXB, great read there to get in the way and get in the face of his old teammate, making sure that he's putting a little bit of pressure in him, not letting him have any free touches. Tries to get up for that one is Gimmick. The AXB shot
Oh
on
my
target.
God.
Gimmick from the...
What?
Where did he come from? Was that the ceiling? Gimmick bombs one in 97 miles per hour. He's already up, falling
What?
from a missed touch. He hits him in transition off the ceiling, and Gimmick absolutely destroys that ball. If that was a baseball, everything just came out. The threads, they busted that ball wide open. My God. Gimmick, you animal.
Sonic, I'm gonna need a minute.
I
was that? Oh my God, easily the best goal I've seen in so long.
That was disgusting. That pass
so
into him was, oh my God.
You know it's a good goal when it brings a smile to your face. I don't care who you're a fan of. You're just
Holy.
like, if that doesn't tilt the other team, I don't know what will. Like, this is done. It's a 3-0 sweep. Like,
When
they're
you go
done
back
after
and you
that.
watch VOD and you do replay with the coach, like, that's the one where the coach goes, look, boys, I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing you were going to do about that. That is just one of those plays that was just executed to absolute perfection. Yeah. Don't even bother rewatching that one. There's nothing you could have done about it.
I don't know if this is possible, but I hope production has the ability to pull that replay at some point in some capacity. And if it is something you can do, please let me know when it is available so we can watch it again.
Ashley, if you're still here, that's one that you need to pull. That's something
that's
you
the content
montage
thing.
out.
Yeah.
That's the content thing in Rocket League. That's the one. That's the one you want.
I can guarantee Gimmick's just
That's
sitting
a
there
play
and
of the week.
He just like licks his finger and then like draws a one into the air. He's just like, yeah, we score those. That was
take those.
wild. You know a goal is nuts when we talk about it during the entire post lobby.
Gimmick
My
getting
gosh.
up again, a little off on that shot, but Gimmick feeling himself right now. He is getting up and he is looking for bangers right now.
Yeah, that's gonna be the clip that I watch from like 6 different angles tonight when I get the replay.
Get the replay, yeah. I'll go in, edit it. I'm gonna watch it from everybody's perspective.
Oh
Yep, nope,
God.
he didn't have a chance. He didn't have a chance. He didn't have a chance. Nobody even knew he was there. Yeah, no, that's how you do that.
Absolutely nuts. 30 seconds in, V1 back on offense. XP creates a good opportunity here. It's going to bounce down, make it awkward. Typical low on boost on the back end as well as Torment wins a 50 in the midfield. Looks like Gimmick's going to take it to the corner, trying to force somebody up with him. Doesn't realize that Typical doesn't have any boost anyway. Doesn't matter, goes in the midfield. Easy save for Torment, plays it over to the corner. And back in the midfield. Good effort by AXB. Could have been a mistake, but he's able to back up his teammate.
Those are scary touches when you go up the sidewall like that and you end up touching it and it doesn't go straight up or go forward. You end up kind of knocking it backwards against a team like SSG and how quick they are. That basically turns into an infield pass, but Torment was just a monster there on the back end to get that save.
Again, you see the efforts. Guys trying to rotate through. They know that Redo's with that ball. Be absolutely dangerous. We've seen him in the Fusion tournament, show what he's capable of. So rather than dealing with it, smart play from the defense. Rotate through, get the demo. Torment up here, already on the corner, but a pre-jump. Ends up putting him out of position. He's going to have to rotate back. He decides to cut rotation and go back in. Talk about having clean rotation. Some of it is, though, up to circumstance. The ability to react accordingly. As long as the communication is there and they don't overlap, it works just fine. So the pressure's still here for V1. They're able to back off and be patient. And I think that's my favorite thing I'm starting to notice is, yes, we want to play fast. Yes, we want to play aggressive. We're taking a step back. We're not committing too much. And if we can get demos with it, it's only a matter of time until something opens up.
It's interesting too, because typically when you do end up slowing down like that, a lot of the times you go up and you kind of fake challenge, turn off, and then the next person in the rotation comes forward. One of the things I'm noting with this version 1 team is they're willing to kind of slow down and stop on their opponent's end on the sidewall and just set up to be that annoyance and force them to have to hit the ball the direction that they want so that their second man can pick that up. They're completely fine with just putting a little bit of pressure to let you know I'm there and force it around and then crank the speed back up when they win that 50 on the sidewall.
Well, halfway through the game, trying to break it out of defense here. And for a team that received a lot of criticism for their offseason, they have brought in J-Russ, and that is Sonics, and they have moved on to the semifinals. So a wild day here of Rocket League where anything is possible, even if it is Gimmick falling off the ceiling to get the most ridiculous shot I've seen in months.
It's been a while since I've seen a shot like that. I think it was week 1 or week 2, One to Mike in Rivals Series had a goal that just had me bamboozled. And I don't know if I've been as hyped for a goal as that one since then. That goal was, I'm gonna be talking about that goal for a while. I'll be talking about it Saturday. I'll be talking about it next week in RLCS. That is a goal I will be referencing for a while.
Make sure you drop my name during that. I'm sure they'll love it.
Oh, done. Whatever. We'll get it done.
I look forward to that moment. Either way, V1, 2-1 in the series, match point, trying to close it out. We got a minute 12 left. Doing whatever they can to close this one out. Don't want to let Spacestation crawl back into it. It ended in OT last game with a crazy shot. Seeing if they can make it a little bit easier on themselves here. Control of the midfield. Gimmick going to be no, he's going to back off. It looks like he was going to try to sneak up field, but didn't feel comfortable with it. Trying to back off. And everything seems to be a flick past one and then demo from the other. So, again, hard to get anything going when you're constantly being reset and then having to only start with 33 boosts. But Torment's going to sweep in here, able to play it down into the corner of Space Station. Gimmick looks to rotate in, doesn't end up working out, so he backs off. Right in the midfield is the follow-up there. It is. Gimmick able to get a touch, going to back off and let his teammate rotate in. Played up high off the ceiling. Gonna have to make a weird touch on this one. Doesn't matter though. AXP down below to support him. 20 seconds remaining. All it takes is one goal. Need to be careful. Shot coming in. Gimmick able to play it into the corner. A great 50 from him. Ends up playing it in the midfield. Could be dangerous, but Torment's up first. High and lofted. AXP here, playing it past one. Gimmick able to get a pass. No, it's cleared down to the side wall. Pressure still here from Version 1. A 50 brings it over to the other corner. Trying to see if they can get underneath this. And they don't. The second overtime in a row. And this could be all she wrote for Spacestation Gaming.
AXB gonna get that off of the cheat up here once again. One of the things that I really want to commend Version 1 so far in this is they are just shutting down those midfield passes. AXB and Gimmick have been so good at getting in and just being in the way. Nice save from Gimmick. Arsenal putting some pressure with that shot.
Talk about trying to cut off those midfield passes. They got punished for it early on the top of the box. We saw it happen a couple times, but since then, it has not really been a thing. So V1 showing some efforts here to make sure that they can shut down what Space Station does so well. As they put more pressure here, it has Space Station on their back foot. If they can deny this clear, they're going to put themselves in a really good place. But the awkwardness of Arsenal here, one of the better 1v1 players in the scene. Able to put it down, but AXP there, able to clutch it out for his teammate, keep him alive. We approach a minute into OT, back and forth again, an absolute slugfest. Off the corner, able to recover. It goes up high, should be AXB who's able to get underneath this. He does, he plays it on the other way. And falls into the lap of Gimmick. Low on boost, needs to be careful. AXB as well, also low on boost. As a flick comes over the top, AXB should be there. Good read from him, he's gonna pop that one up high. Able to fight another day. Expect the rest of the team from V1 to back off so they can get some boosts as well. But not before long as Gimmick's able to get in here and apply some pressure. Shot from XB, a bump, almost on target. And it could have been Torment's follow-up. The demo on the third player allows Space Station to breathe.
Great job by AXB on that cut rotation when they know that their third man just got demoed and he had to come up and make the play. Let Torment get back to try and get into the net in case the shot does get on, but AXB was able to break that one up. That was great communication from them.
Not the easiest thing to do. You can even see Torment and them starting to double commit a little bit just because they're so desperate for boost. But by slowing it down a little bit and recognizing that, they're able to buy some time. This one takes a weird touch from Gimmick, but ends up playing mid to Torment. He's able to hold on. AXB on the back wall. It'll play it up. It's challenged in the midfield. Torment plays it over one, and again, AXB there immediately to follow up. Looks like Gimmick wanted to go up but didn't have the boost for it, so he's going to stay patient. Only 20 boosts, but a beautiful 50 keeps it on the side and gets everybody else to commit. This could be AXB passing to Torment. Can he play it down? No, he's going to take it himself. It ends up pinching off of one. Could have been a chance, but Space Station sending the house to make these saves. Version just seems so close to closing it out. Just need to find that one, whether it be a ridiculous shot or a solo play. It looks like they're going to let AXB back off because he's low on boost. Gimmick sweeps in and takes a shot. It's into the corner. Gimmick there, trying to have a second touch. Makes it awkward, that follow-up that you're talking about, where he just seems to be, when he falls on the ball, having one more left in the tank. This plays over the corner. Good 50. Doesn't matter. Going to clear it out. Fortunately, Space Station does get a touch on it. This one settles in the midfield. 3 minutes go by in OT, Supersonic. And again, back and forth we go. But a challenge here is going to alleviate the pressure again from V1.
Yeah, we're not really connecting yet on the offensive side. We've got to get something going here. Keep letting them kind of get our back boost. We've been getting stuck in our half, but AXB up here, we finally have some offense pressure coming out. It's going to get bombed back down into our corner. Gimmick picks up the boost. Typical with the shot. AXB can be able to clear that one away. Luckily, no secondary there to try and make a play off that ball.
Big mistake, 2 missing out. Unfortunately, no boost for Gimmick. That could have been dangerous, but you can tell how much pressure is on both these teams, as unfortunately it's going to be a pass off the ceiling. And Space Station's going to send us to Game 5, so an unfortunate play. Everybody here fighting for boost, but it's a demo on the respawn that ends up giving them some effort. And Space Station's able to tie it up.
Look. That's all I have to say. Nothing happened. Didn't see it. Game 5, easy. We win this 3-2. You know, we want to let SSG feel like they were in the series and feel good. So we've got to let it be a close series overall. That's clearly what's going on here.
The boys on version 1 are so nice that they purposely let other teams win for a false sense of security before they destroy them. I get it.
That
you know,
mean. I don't know if they're that nice. Maybe they're that ruthless.
They just want, you know, everybody likes playing Rocket League so much, so they're like, yeah, we'll just extend the series so you guys get to play a little bit more today, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
They want to get more. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Well, Game 5 is about to go underway as an update as well while we're looking at the bracket. Team Envy did beat Omelet 3-1. They'll be playing Sonics. Winner of our match will go on to play G2. G2 back in the team house looking stronger than ever. So winner of this will go on to play G2. It is everything on the line here on out. Game 5, Version 1 versus Space Station Gaming in the quarterfinals of our first week of NA Grid. And it is not disappointed whatsoever. Guys trying to show what they're made of. We've seen a whole lot of different things, but can they tie it together when it matters most? My faith is with them and AXB. You know he wants to win this one. It means so much more. As an open net, they're going to go for the delay. That's the second time we've seen a Doomsday Dish from Torment.
Torment, what a touch here. Immediately reads. I don't know if he was intentionally going for this touch from the get-go, but immediately reads that the opportunity is there and just reacts immediately. I think I said immediately like 3 times there, but I'm okay with it.
Gimmick with a fake. Almost had it past Arsenal. Trying to come out strong here. The difficulty has not been able to get a goal, but it's been able to hold on to the lead. As both these teams battle back. 1-goal games pretty much across the board. It's that slugfest we were talking about, and it's going to be like that here on out. So a lot of effort being put in here. This Gimmick throws it over the top, able to get a second touch. No, Sipico's there. Immediately feeds it to his teammates. So they're going to be able to break out of their half. Need to be careful as the team is rotating back. It comes across the middle, and AXB can feel that pressure. He knows that the rest of this team is suffocating and kind of moving down, so he tries to make that last touch, but unfortunately catches him at an awkward angle.
Yeah, I think there's a possibility that he could have let that one go. I don't think it would have come in. I think it would have gone across the line, but there was a player behind him. I think he felt the pressure of that player on that back post to where he had to make the touch.
Yeah, it's just one of those times you don't want to leave it a chance. You don't know who's going to collapse on the ball, so trying to just pop it and doink it over the side. Fortunately, mistake that he's going to have to look past quickly, and hopefully that's where the coach comes in. The reassurance from Fireburner to keep the mentality strong. Or he can do it himself as he takes a solo play. Good shot on target. Almost able to bait one of them out. Unfortunately, it's a save. As they play it back into the corner. A minute and a half gone through. Tied up in the game. Tied up in the series. Do or die at this point. As the ball from Space Station played back into the Version 1 defensive half. Torment goes out for a save. Doesn't matter. Gimmick on the rotation back actually pops it up high, so this should buy them some time. Gimmick up. Probably something I will never not get used to saying. He's one of the speediest ones to make those reads. Yeah, he's got the boost. He's going to go. What a save by Torment. That one was coming in quick.
Torment, you monster. We got to clear this out, though. Ball sitting on the line. That one's going to go high off the backboard. AXB with the read early to get the clear, buy a little bit of time, but SSG up with the pressure, something that Cypical does so well. I talked about the positioning of Turbo Pulse earlier when we played Envy, that he's one of those guys that'll kind of get up in the midfield. Cypical is that guy that's willing to commit early to set up pass plays and go up into the corner to come off the ceiling, almost in the way that Gimmick scored that one earlier. SSG looks for those types of shots a lot. And it's one of those things that scares me every time I see him up in that corner.
Cypical is one of those players, and I think this translates a little bit over to Gimmick as well, where no matter the circumstance, if the ball is kind of in an awkward position where you got to rotate weird to get a touch on it, Gimmick and Cypical both, that's not a thing. No matter how the ball is played, they will find a way.
There is no awkward ball.
Yeah,
there's no awkward ball for
which
them.
is it's such a hard skill to kind of express. There's no real stat that shows, like, it's just when you watch them on the ball and you see how it's played, they just have a way to correct it and finesse it to where it just does exactly what they want it to. To be them for a day would be really fun.
Oh, absolutely. Their corner play, Cypical gonna get one here as he pounds that one into the lower 90. Minute 40 left on the clock here. Down 1, series tied 2-2. But I mean, as we were talking about that, like, you can watch them transition in those really tough to read spots, right? Like, you've got a weird read on the ball, weird camera angle, and they'll cut through the corner and then through the ceiling on the transition and end up using like two sides of the corner and the ceiling. And it's just crazy to watch them make those reads.
Yeah, unfortunate for AXB. Try to make a save on that back wall. And this one he's going to get cheated up. And this is where it gets dangerous. Obviously, a minute and a half left. They're trying to make up for something, so they get caught rotating a little bit. Torment wanted to play that one a little bit more downfield. Unfortunately, it played back towards the middle of his net, and they get punished for it. So a difficult situation here, but still plenty of time.
Plenty of time on the clock. We got this.
Not even scared.
We're in it. Not even a little bit.
Good scoop, and you're starting to see a little bit more individual play. You need to find a way, some of these defenders on Space Station, to get out, and you can see Gimmick doing exactly that. He ends up parking literally underneath one of the players. Comes to a standstill and keeps him balanced on top, so it takes them out as well, having faith in his teammates. Arsenal somehow still has boost. He's able to get another touch over one of the defenders, but a big flip from ASB, a pass up, intercepted by Cypical. 50 seconds remaining, needing a goal and a couple efforts here shortly. Otherwise, it's going to be extremely difficult moving forward. Pass play down, trying to clear it out. They do get a touch over here by Torment. You can tell he's looking for boost, needs something desperately. Esmeralda's going to try to bully his way in, and now Torment in a solo play. Doesn't matter. AXB able to swing it back through and end up bouncing off that player, and Torment coming off the ceiling with that boost just isn't able to get the reach, and Space Station goes up by 3.
Oh, well, who's the one that made the comeback, like down 4 in a 24-second window? We need one of those types of situations here. What was that in? Was it in Fusion or was it in
I
forget what it was. I think E United did it.
Was it the Fairy Peak one you're talking about where he said close one? I forget what he said, but
no, I think E United had a crazy like 24-second comeback and down 3 or 4 goals, and I'm just looking for that type of energy right now.
Well, the sad reality of it is, if they didn't get one off that kickoff, it's going to be very difficult. As we get down to the final remaining seconds, even though they aren't going to get the win in the series, Version 1 and Gimmick and the boys are easily going to get the best goal of the day. So at least we can hang our hats on that. As this ball hits the ground, they're going to get one last one. Or you guys can be bullies in that too. Space Station is just a bunch of bullies. They stink. Version 1, number 1.
Yes, Version 1, number 1. Always number 1. Space Station, clearly worst ones on the field. Get out of here.
Frowny face, Space Station, Version 1, smiley face.
Yes. 2 smiley faces for Version 1. We will give 1 frowny face for Space Station. No, GG's to Space Station. They played a great game. They got up there. They were disruptive. They were getting in our faces. They did what they had to do to get it done, and it was exactly what we thought it was going to be. It was a scrap all the way till the end, until those last minute and a half or so, where they kind of broke away and got into a stride. So GG's to them. And honestly, for me, overall for the day, my takeaway is that I think that we're in a really good spot. I think that AXB is fitting into this lineup much quicker than I anticipated.
Yeah,
Um,
we didn't really get to see enough of it, so I had some question marks about it, but that can be said about a lot of different teams where we just haven't had the exposure to it yet. But for a team that is relatively new, that is dedicated to a player that a lot of people really criticized, I know this one's got to hurt a little bit for AXB, obviously losing against the former squad, wanted to prove it to him. But even with that said, there is a lot of moments that he made in this series to bring them to that five. What it really comes down to is it's one goal difference. I mean,